If you want to smoke a cigarette that's mild and good tasting too, try pot. I did.
The miracle has happened, I'm a lyrical assassin with the lyrics that I thought up and these lyrics that I'm rapping. I'll be spitting till I slaughter all these bitches that be yapping. I'll be spitting till I fall off, but I don't think it will happen. Like the cake with the ice and I'm so enticing. When I'm rhyming, I shine like a diamond that's inside the light and firing to the bars I'm writing. With vibesing, my ting, living shock lightning. Way better than these man when I just fuck around. Man, I'm coming straight in from the underground. If you man I hate me, tell a man to suck his mother out. Great, they just wonder how I come and slave with my tongue.
Hello and welcome to MoReece J TV, and shout out to the Mo Gang and everyone who rides with the Mo Gang, whether it be Clover Squad, The Real McCoy, Joe the Kid, Mad Hats, Noble Nation, whoever it may be. Shout out to all of you. So we're going to be checking out this one from Duane Jackson, aka Duane TV. Duane TV is... he'd be killing it lately. He'd be killing it. He'd be killing these remixes. He'd be killing these tracks. He'd be killing his lives, his reaction channel. Like Duane's flying right now. He's flying right now, and we love promoting him. But sometimes, you know, I feel like he's low key promoting us sometimes, because, like, you know, whenever we put him up, you know, so many people love Duane. So many people love Duane. It's whenever we put something up like of Duane's, you know, people just come flocking over to see. And I already had this reaction saved in my reaction need to do list. And just the other day, somebody put in the comments of one of my other videos that they hope I'm going to peak this. And so I thought, you know what, let me just boost it up a little bit and do it a bit quicker. So I'm getting it done right now, because I've got quite a big reaction list to get through, and I'm sure more's going to drop. But this one be hitting a lot of people. I've seen some of the tweets, some of the posts people been putting up. I've seen the reaction to this track, and look, just on the front, look, warning: the following video contains footage some viewers may find disturbing. So Duane's talking his shit on this 100%. So we're going to check this out and see what's in it, man. See what's going on with this track. So this is called Heroin High. This is a lyric video. Okay, lyric video. Duane Jackson Heroin High lyric video. So without further ado, guys, it's a lyric video, so I'm guessing there's going to be like images in the background. So without further ado, guys, it's Duane Jackson Heroin High. Let's go.
You see that back in the days I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I like my L's up. And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself up.
Hang on, let me go back, man. No one passed notes. Ah, that's like in... is he talking about like when you'd be in a school classroom or something like that, and someone would be passing you, like, people passed notes a lot? Do you remember those days? Because you couldn't talk like across the room. So he used to write himself stuff. No one passed him. Let me just peek that again to make sure I'm not missing nothing.
I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I write myself stuff.
No one passed notes, so I'd write myself stuff. So he's describing being a loner. Being a loner, someone that no one really fucked with, and he didn't really fuck with himself either. But this is tough.
I had friends, that's why I like my L's up. And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself up. Back in the days I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I like my L's up. And ain't
never had friends, so I like my L's up. He's describing being a loner, and I suppose, I mean, look at this right here, the image. Someone jacking up. So he's describing, he's getting into the mind of somebody that's got some real troubles, man. They're lonely, they feel inadequate, they're not, they don't feel like they fit into society, so They find ways to alleviate the pain, punish themselves, all sorts of problems, man.
Nobody believes, so I'd hype myself up. It's just another night out.
I'd hype myself up. That happens a lot. You can always tell when someone's a bit insecure about something, or they're not happy, because they have to constantly remind, you know, what they've done, what they're good at, you know. Lots of it. You can always tell, you know, you can read people pretty quickly if they're always trying to, you know, wave the feathers a little bit because they feel that they need to.
I'd hype myself up. It's just another night out. Smoked a couple white owls, a couple lines of blow. Now I need something for the flight down. Man said he out of piff, but grabbing something right now. It's not at all the usual, but usually it's lights out.
And that's the thing, man. It's like you're chasing a high, and you get too high, and then you need to chase the low, and then when you get too low, and in the end it becomes a vicious circle, and you start needing this for this, that for that, this for this, and you take one of them out of the equation, and the whole fucking cycle comes crumbling, man. And addiction is just, it's not just addiction, it's a disease. It's a real problem. You know, we need to look at people with addictions in a different way. A lot of people look at them as if they're scumbags, they're a strain on society, they're a problem, you know, this, that and the third. There's so much of a bigger story behind each person stuck in addiction, and there's so much more to addiction than just, oh, it's just their own fault. It's not always that way. There's always a story, man.
So don't worry about that flight, pal, I got you. Stop through, cause this shit a lot of niggas gon' want to. Hopped in my whip, I went and grabbed it like a drive-through, and now I'm headed home to determine if all the hype's true.
Yeah, and this is how drug dealers work. Drug dealers are basically a salesman. Is a salesman. It's no different, you know, than that guy who's getting commissioned to sell you a TV. And he's going to tell you that that the most expensive TV in a shop, you know, is the best TV in the shop. Not always the case, but he's going to do anything to get you walking out the door with that TV. Right? This is how drug dealers work. But drug dealers are different now. Drug dealers, there's no rules. Drug dealers, there's no one moderating that shit. Drug dealers hasn't had no approval from anywhere that drug is safe to use. You know, a drug dealer is all about the profit. You know, it's very rare to find a drug dealer that won't use whatever means necessary to increase that profit and get you to take that shit home and take it. They'll throw anything in there, and they will tell you that it's the bomb. But how many people ask, why is it the bomb? Why is this stuff better? Because there's something else in there, man.
That shit changed me, I never really thought of that. Copped it, drove home, and I prepared to start falling back. A couple weeks ago, my nigga, I was all in rapping, then I dialed in, and that needle keeps calling back. It was like...
And it will control everything you do. It will control the way you think. Stuff that you used to be passionate about is no longer important. People that you love are no longer important. They are deep in the subconscious, but it's not the subconscious working anymore. It's this addiction. The importance lies in the next fix, and you'll do and whatever it takes to get you that fix, and it escalates and it escalates and it escalates, and in the end you just it's self-destruction, man. It's self-destruction. And the worst part about it is the addiction side, because you know that you're going too far. You know that it's wrong. You know it's destroying your life. You know that you're now neglecting this and this and this and this. But even the addiction tells you the only way to get over those problems now, those new problems you've created, is to get high again and forget about it. And then you wake up and it's worse. And it's worse, and it's worse. You have to keep getting higher to fight it back. And it's a never-ending war with yourself. And all people on the outside see is the self-destruction. It's sad. And to be honest, like, when the government turn around and talk about war on drugs, fuck off, man. fuck off, there ain't no war on drug. There's a war on people. There's a war on people's freedom. Yeah, it's nothing to do with fucking drugs. If the government really had a war on drugs, there would be no fucking drugs. There would be no drugs. There's drugs out there because they fucking part of it, man. And the only people that get arrested is whoever else is getting their cut. You know, like it's the drugs are there because of the government. You know, the war on drugs is a business in itself. So don't ever think that the government's there protecting you from drugs. It ain't. The only person who can protect you from drugs is you. Your decision making. Your decision is the biggest protection you've got from drugs. Your decision making, your ability of free will.
Lights out, couldn't even put it into words, but it was like, wow, yo, I can understand what these people like, man. This is what the hype's about. I ain't gotta worry in the world, I'm in the right now. Back in the day.
And that's what it does. When you're in that zone and you've just got high, it will make you feel like, when everyone asks me, like, do drugs work? Do you know what I always tell them? Yeah, they do. They work amazingly well. And that's why they're so bad. Because they do work. They will take you on a high. They will give you the best night of your life. They will make you forget all your problems. But at the biggest fucking cost you'd ever experienced. At the biggest cost you'll ever experienced. And the cost far outweighs the pros, man. What it'll cost you ain't worth that momentarily euphoria. That moment of euphoria is not worth basically your life. 100%. Everything in it, everything in your life just dissipates until you dissipate.
I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up. And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself up. Back in the days, I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I'd write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up. And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself up. Let's fast forward 2 years, been in and out of rehab. They still say I need to quit, and I ain't trying to see that. My family won't help me, they don't trust me since the 3 stacks I stole. I apologize, but they ain't won't believe that, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, you, like I said, you'll do anything for that drug, and if that means taking off your own, you take off your own. And then you get caught out and you lie, or you make excuses, or look for sympathy. And what ends up happening is those people just can't take you seriously anymore. They can't trust you in their stuff. They can't believe a word you say. And not just that, sometimes shit will go down and it ain't you. And it ain't you, but you'll be blamed for it because you have a track record now. And yeah, man.
I was forced to steal, it's all I fucking had. And if I put you in my shoes, I bet you'd understand. Cause there's a difference, I'd have helped you if I fucking can. But you didn't, don't judge me for doing what I have. I'm in.
And it's being trapped in that world that all you can really do is take what's not yours and lie about it to continue to be able to do that, because without that you're empty. Without that you have nothing. Without that you don't get your fix. You don't get to blot out the misery that you know that's been created, and you know you've fed into that misery. And the only way you can blot it out is through these drugs. And eventually you lose everyone and everything around you until your body can't take no more.
No whirlwind, 2 years since a girl been near me. I got too busy treating this needle like my girlfriend. Lord, can you help me? It's got me thinking of suicide. You or I, the battle between addiction and who I knew inside. I feel I lost that. I wish I never crossed back. Now I think the river's too deep for me to ever cross past. It's like I missed the
Let's go back.
The battle between addiction and who I knew inside. I feel I lost that. I wish I never crossed back. Now I think the river's too deep for me to ever cross past.
Now I think the river's too deep for me to ever cross past. So and that's explaining how your mind is when you're in that world. that going back to how you used to be before that is impossible. That you can't do it. That you're trapped now. It's too deep for him. He can't get back to where he was. And it's very hard to convince someone like this in this position that they can. And sometimes, I mean, to be honest, the damage that these drugs and this type of problem does is the damage that it causes. You'll never come back the same. And it all determines. I mean, these drugs end up tying in with depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, you know, insomnia, borderline personality disorders. It all corresponds with stuff like this. And yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough.
It's like I misdirected myself. It's like I planned for my demise. It's like I meant for the fail. You'll see that back in the days I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I'd write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up. And ain't nobody believed, so I'd hype myself up. Back in the days I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I'd write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up. And ain't nobody believed, so I'd hype myself up. Now I'm trying to live the clean life. It's been about 10 months. Slipped a few times, but I continue taking steps cause a few friends came.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, 10 months, you know, there's been a few hiccups, but if you kept trying, you keep trying. I always say to people, you've never failed until you stop trying. Yeah, if you're continuously trying to progress, you haven't failed yet. There's only two ways you can fail. Yeah, one, if you die trying but never make it, okay, you failed, but you had a good go. Two, if you just stop trying, then you've truly failed. If you stop trying, if you stop pursuing, stop progressing, then you've truly failed. This is why I'll never give up on Lyrical Assassins. I'll never give up on Lyrical Assassins. I'm going to keep going and going and going and going. Because to me, Lyrical Assassins can never fail as long as I keep going with it. 100%. And with the drug addictions, man, if you've got addiction, just keep trying. Keep trying everything you can. Use every channel you have available to you. Reach out to any person that will listen and fight that shit, man. Fight it.
Around and showed me what a friend was, and I apologize for everything I've messed up. It was good for me. They hugged me as I took a seat. Then they all forgave me, cause me dying's what they couldn't see. I told them I was trying, and sober's what I look to be. And now that they beside me, I've been finding that the good's in reach. But now I'm...
Yeah, sometimes you have to change up your circle as well. You know, sometimes, like, if your friends are in the same boat as you, it's even harder to get out of, because if you get out of it, you can't fuck with those friends no more, because every time you do, you're going to be encouraged to get back on it with them. You know, it's just that it's a sad state of affairs, man. You have to change everything.
Having me a slow night was a good try quitting, but maybe wasn't so right. I've made a lot of progress and there's been a couple good times, so maybe I just take tonight to give my girl a goodbye. Then I flew away, the same as how I used to do, except this time felt a little different than the usual. My head started spinning, couldn't focus on the music. Dude, I don't really think this right.
And unfortunately, that shit happens too, man. You'll have one fix and it might be your last fix. It could be a bad batch, it could be too much. So many things go wrong, like people's veins die, like your veins start dying. I've seen people with, like, they've got holes, like, where they've had to have like veins removed, and shit stops working, where they get infections everywhere, like shit goes septic, and they start having to jack up in weird places because they ain't got the veins available anymore elsewhere. Then you've got AIDS and HIV. There's so much, man. Hepatitis. There's so much that can go wrong, and unfortunately, you know, the drug itself, you know, might not always be what you think it is, and you put it inside you and that's it. Game over. Good night, Vienna. You know, it's tough track, man. It's a real track. It's a tough track. definitely, I can see why this has hit a lot of people. I've seen it's hit a lot of people. And Duane, man, work of art. Shout out to you for this. 100% fire, absolutely fire. Amazing work. You really hit home on this. Jeez. Guys, you've been watching MoReece J TV, and I thank you for watching MoReece J TV. Don't forget, go check out my LinkTree link in the description below. It's got a link to our Lyrical Assassins website, the link to our hip hop shop, link to our Lyrical Assassins Part 1 mixtape, our IG and Twitter pages, and our MoReece J TV store, which has got our MoReece J TV line of merch, our Lyrical Assassins line of merch, Mo Vaseline line of merch, all of that. And if you're a big Eminem fan, go join our group on Facebook, Eminem Rap God. Just type that in on Facebook, go join that group over there, and we'll take care of you. So guys, you've been watching MoReece J TV, and I'll catch you again in a little bit. Take care, guys.